Hello, and welcome to Linking to the Afterlife. I'm Donna Boyle, a medium and direct messenger for spirit. As a medium, I channel not only the voices of my clients' loved ones, but also their emotions and experiences in the afterlife. The link we create during our reading helps those in this physical life, as well as those who have crossed over. As a direct messenger for spirit, I like to say everything I say comes from something I am feeling, sensing, seeing, hearing, smelling, and even tasting. It's my job to interpret the images and sensations that appear in my physical as well as my emotional body. I do that as a clear, conscious channel for spirit. I create the link among my guests in the physical and the spiritual space. The words and their meaning may be the start of a new journey. It is best to let go of expectations. The message we receive may not be what we are looking for, but it is what we are meant to hear, and it is always given with love. Spirit knows what we are ready to receive at this time for our soul's growth. Spirit always knows best. Let's listen in now to the conversation with my guests in the physical and spiritual world. The real question for all of us is, are we ready to hear the message? Now will you state the first name of the loved one that you'd like to connect to?
Michael.
Did Michael have a heart thing going on? Did he have like a strain? Did he have a sudden crossing? Would that make sense to you? Yes or no?
Yes.
And was it a heart thing, or was he hit in the heart, in the chest, anything like that? Yes or no?
No. Lungs.
5 minutes before this reading happened, I felt a huge crushing of my chest, my lungs. And I carried that over into the reading. So I wanted that first to get out, so maybe I would get some relief. And I'm already getting that relief. He was a busy boy, though. Yes, busy.
Yes.
Life kept him very busy. He says, Donna, I wasn't busy. Life kept me busy. Do you understand that?
Yes, most definitely.
Was he overweight?
He had a belly from drinking.
I'll stay with that. He keeps wanting to justify his, not his crossing, but his inability to accept his life. Would that make sense to you?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It was a hard life.
Okay, I'll go with that. But it's almost like he's trying to justify it. He's like, but Donna, this is why I did what I did, because look what happened to me. Is that sounding like him from the physical world?
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, it's hard to know.
I hear that. It's hard to know what he might have been thinking in his head.
Right.
But to me right now, speaking to his soul, that's what he appears as. He goes, I just had to keep going, because if I didn't keep going, my past would have caught up with me. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
He said, I did. And I'm saying back, before he even finished the statement, I said to him, you might want to rephrase what you're about to say. And he said, let me say it first the way I was going to say it. If I didn't keep doing what I was doing, my past would have caught up with me. So I'm viewing that as the medium. I'm viewing that as, yeah, I'm thinking that was all in your head, honey. And he's like, okay, now the truth of the matter was my past was catching up to me all of the time. Do you understand that, Brie?
Yeah.
He's funny now. You see how he started one statement and he let me go, oh, no, wait a minute. I know better than that. And he's like, I know better than that now also. his physical, I'll say, pain in the physical world caused a great amount of anxiety for him. Yes.
Oh, yes.
And I'm feeling a lot of, I'll call it like phlegm. I'm choking up in my throat here, which is my sign that he didn't say everything he wanted to say before he crossed. Is that correct?
Yeah. He tried to. He connected with several people, but no, it was, it was quick. It was 6 months.
Yes, I hear that. I feel like he had 250,000 words he wanted to say, and all of them tried to come out of his mouth at once, and unfortunately none of them came out. None that I'll say he really wanted to say. A lot of words came out, but not really what he wanted to say. Would you agree with that?
Yes. I believe that.
Did he have long hair?
Yes.
And do you know if he liked to put, like, I saw my barrette in my head, and I'm like, did he like to put it back?
He combed it a lot, and then combed his beard a lot.
So bringing up his hair. He said, I also had a good sense of humor.
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody recognize my sense of humor?
Oh, yes. All the time.
But he was a man of a lot of words. Yeah. Maybe the words not that they didn't have a lot of meaning. He wanted them to have meaning. He really did.
Yeah.
He just said, I had so many words, I just didn't know how to express myself. He'll say that again, right?
Yeah.
And Bree, can you tell me, was this just with you, or do you think a lot of his family, he was like that?
Yeah. Well, and I think alcohol played a big part of, preventing the realness from coming out.
Got it. So a lot of words, but not the real words that we all want to hear.
Yes.
From our loved ones.
Yeah. And he felt like he wanted to be, keep light of everything and let everybody know that he's accepting of them and keep things joyful and happy. And so he did everything he could to try to keep it that way.
Yeah. So he didn't want to bring up any of this shit.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
He says, I don't blame myself because that would be silly. I knew exactly what I was doing in the physical world, and I know exactly what I'm doing here. I have chosen my time here wisely. He said, I still love animals. Did he like animals?
Yes.
I still do. I want to say the word he's giving me is conservation. Did he do anything like conservation to Donna? That would mean, trees. Did he have like the love of the trees, the love of the forest when he was in the physical world?
I believe so. He just didn't have much time to delve into any of that. It was work, 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 and then drink, drink, drink. And
I understand. He's saying now I take great pride in the work I do with animals, with trees.
Yay.
And I'm asking him, so trees in the afterlife. And he's like, Donna, let me stop you there. I am at a place that looks just like Earth.
Wow.
So there's trees here. This is what I've chosen. This is my life. I love animals and I love trees. And there's more than enough. I don't have to feed the animals. I don't have to clean up after their poop. What a wonderful place to be. And so I asked him, do they poop? Do dogs poop in the afterlife? And he said, no, Donna, they don't. I said, oh, what great fun to have a dog and not have to clean up, right?
Yes. And those are my two loves as well at this point in my life, is animals and trees. Yes.
There he goes, confirming that. You got that from me. You're welcome. I see him in this place with his trees, and the trees are very tall. They're not just like an oak tree outside my window here, but they're the tall pines. They're very tall pines. And so he would have been more in the West with taller trees. You understand?
Yes. That's what I get to look at out my window.
So you see how he can be there too?
Hmm.
So I'm asking him now, did you set up that view for her? Laughing, he's smiling. He said, yes, I did. It just took me a long time to figure that out. How to do that. Do you understand?
Yes.
And he's telling me she's happy now, but there's a lot of herself that she doesn't allow to be happy.
Mm.
Do you understand that, Bray?
Yes.
He said, please tell her. And I say always, you can tell her. You're just using my voice. Please tell her, don't waste any more time not being happy. Don't waste any more time not bringing up the sad stuff because you want to be happy. Do you understand?
Somewhat.
So what I feel is the sad stuff stays there because you don't want to feel the sad stuff. You just would rather stay at this place of happy.
Mhm.
And he's saying, don't do that. That's what I did. He said, it's not as big as you think. The sad stuff is not as big as you think.
Mhm.
You're making it out bigger than it is. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to avoid anymore the stuff. He says the stuff that I was a part of and the stuff that every man after me was a part of. Do you understand?
Yes.
I feel like there were some relationships that were just like him that you might have had in your life. Is that correct?
To a certain extent. Yeah. And just the having that masculine presence and the safety and security, and then that being gone again and again and again. And yeah, it's taking a toll.
So he also, right? He was there, safety, and gone again.
Yeah.
So remember his words. Allow me to be always a part of your life, always a part of your life in this non-physical afterlife area with my trees and my dogs. And you will never have to look for it anywhere else but within your own heart.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand the view from your heart?
Yes, most definitely.
Different
Mm-hmm.
from the view of your window.
Yeah.
The view in your heart is the same, only it's an inner view. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He said, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid anymore. And your fear is covered up by stubbornness. Your fear is covered up. On top of the stubbornness is some anger. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He's asking you to go beyond the anger, to go underneath the anger. And when you've accepted the anger, and I like to say had tea with it, go beyond that.
Yeah, knowing how to do that is because I feel like I've done the work and I've done the forgiving and letting go, and then it comes up again.
It comes up again because you have to receive it, he said. Not just work with it, receive it.
Mm-hmm.
He says the exercise comes from acknowledging the anger and saying, come on in. I want to play with you. I want to see why you're truly here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that you used in the past, your bag of tricks, your bag of tools, you could still use them today. And they may work better today. They may work quicker in today's paradigm, the shift of consciousness. Do you understand?
Yes.
But there's the avoidance, there's the stubbornness. I already did that. I don't want to do that again.
Right.
I can say for me, I just did it yesterday. Something came up and I went, there it is again. Okay, come on over here. Let me look at you. Come on. And I pulled it in and I hugged it. I hugged that feeling. I hugged it. and it let me hug it.
Mm.
And it wasn't a nice feeling. I'm sure I was angry at something. I can't even remember now. How great is that? But I remember hugging it. And I remember asking it what else it needs from me.
Mm.
What am I not giving up? Do you understand how that could work now?
Yeah.
Don't be fast like me, he said. It's okay to slow down. There's nothing that you're missing. And it's okay that things didn't happen as fast as you wanted them to. You weren't missing anything. You understand that?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's a relief.
Has that been a common theme in your life?
Oh, yes. Mm.
So missing out on something?
Yeah, and just the busyness. Busy. Mm.
Busy is a really good way not to feel.
Yeah.
Busy is a really good way. Let me ask him if he has one more thing to share with you. He said, when you put your life on pause, on hold for just a moment, talk to me. Talk to me during the pause, and I'll help you figure out what is in that pause. I'll help you figure out what's coming up that you push away by moving on to something else. Do you understand?
Yes. Okay.
So during the pause, find me there. Let's do a quick exercise right now. Ready?
Yes.
And take a breath in with your nose and out through your mouth. And on your next inhale, I want you to hold the breath at the top for a count of 2. And exhale. Hold the breath at the bottom for a count of 2. Do one more. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Let's do one more. And I know everybody that's listening right now is doing it with you. Tell me, Bree, what did you find during the pause?
Beautiful chirping of the birds outside in the trees.
Mm,
The peace.
The pause gave you a minute to find what was there. He wants you to continue that breath when you're overwhelmed, when you're running. And now you will find him in the pause because he is the trees. How's that feel?
Lovely.
A different sort of connection with him now. Yes?
Yeah.
How do you think that'll play out in your life?
Well, I spend a lot of time going to the trees, so it's a lot of time to talk to him and to remember him.
He wants you to know him now as the caretaker of trees and animals.
Yeah, he would love the dog. Our new dog, since he passed, he would love the dog, or he does love the dog.
He does. So view him now as the caretaker in a different way. For now, you also can take care of your heart by finding the pauses and what is in your heart.
Does he have special connection ways with the kiddos? Does he have ways that he connects with them?
He says, I draw with them.
Mm.
I am their color. I am their color. Don't forget to keep giving them new color in their life.
Mm.
He said, even if it's pencil, give them new color pencils. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He said, I am the color. I am the color of their life. I am the color of their life. I love that for your children. Allow them, as you do, I'm sure, whether they're writing, drawing, being, playing, or wearing. Allow them to be the color. To my guest this week, thank you for allowing me to be the link in these messages. And for all of you listening, we appreciate your appearance in the oneness. In this space of love, we all expand in consciousness. If you're interested in a reading for the show or a private reading with me, see the show notes for more info. Thank you for your rating and review of this podcast. Until next time.